I'm Sather with Hoof Supervisor. We're here at the World Egg Expo in Tulare, California, where Hoof Supervisor has been nominated as one of the top 10 new innovative products for 2010. Today I would like to show you how our system works. Basically what we're going to focus on is Hoof Supervisor and how it aids the hoof trimmer and the dairy producer in better understanding hoof issues that are going on in the dairy herd. Our main objective here is to identify what types of problems or what we call lesions are occurring. Once we identify them, we can better understand how to solve the problem. So, we're talking about a touchscreen computer here, and this is no ordinary computer. It is what we call ruggedized. It will take a 4-foot drop, so it falls off our chute, no big deal. We pick it back up and keep going. Direct sunlight readable. It will take, let's see, I would say, they say a 5-inch rain event, but basically what we're saying is that when it gets full of manure, you just spray it off with a hose. So we're a real ruggedized unit, something that will survive in the environment of the hoof trimmer. So if a cow comes in our chute, and I'll start out with cow number 121, she comes in, she's in for a routine trim. You can see the 4 hooves are displayed here. I can first of all check the history of the cow just by clicking this button. And I can see that in the past, when she's come in for the chute, it's just been a routine trim and there's been nothing wrong. So we'll continue on with her and trim her. And let's just say this cow comes in, I trim her, there's nothing wrong with her, we're done. On to the next cow, which is going to be cow number 6501. Now when I'm trimming this cow, when I'm back here on the right rear, I find that there's a problem in what we call zone 6. And we'll call it a sole ulcer, and we'll give it a severity of 2. Now the screen is going to show us where that zone issue was. And now as part of our treatment program, let's block this hoof so that she's going to heal faster. All that's then recorded. Now I'll go ahead and say that to ensure that she heals properly, I want to see this cow again in 14 days. So now that cow's been added to my recheck list so that when I come back to the dairy next time, I can go and look at her again and make sure she's healing properly, make sure that this cow's off to a good start. At the end of the day, when I'm done trimming, I'm going to run my end of the day with a report. We'll give her a second until she pops up. So, now I have a report here that tells me the number of cows I trimmed. If I'm a professional trimmer visiting the dairy, this serves as my bill, because it says here that I trimmed 10 cows and gives the bill accordingly. On the next page, I'm going to have a graph here that shows me that 20% of the cows that I trimmed had no lesions. 80% of the ones in our little theoretical thing we created here did have a lesion. More importantly, over here I can see that 37% of the cows had what was called, in this case, heel erosion. So now I'm off to a good start of understanding what the problem is, and now I'm going to work with the management team of the dairy, the veterinarian, the nutritionist, the owner, to find out why that's happening, and then solve the problem for the dairy. One last report shows us in detail each cow and what happened to it today. So that's Hoof Supervisor, and again, our efforts to bring better health to the dairy.